predictions. Fuck that. I'll do us.
Yeah, go for it.
Gilly, Smarty, Luke, Carl, Jay.
You're right, Dick. You are.
He's just wondering how long that went back.
God.
Still
not as far back as your fucking airline, you prick.
Yours is further back, man. You need a fucking lot to get to your hair from your eyebrows. Good evening, everybody.
From
anyway. Welcome to I don't even know what episode we're on. Series 5.
It's 4, I think.
Episode 4, yeah.
Of your weekly Orta know better. You might have noticed that Jay and Gilly couldn't be asked doing a Brady Coke this week, so we're gonna infill a bit of that. So we've got loads and loads to talk about. Run a bit of an intro, which is still the old intro because Gilly hasn't done that either. Now Jay said he was gonna have a go. He hadn't done that either. You know,
I didn't. I said I could have done, but I was told it was in hand, and I said, "Yeah, cool."
You're just full of fake promises, and full of shit.
He's too busy. He's too busy plaiting his fucking hair these days. This twat.
That's it.
So we'll be back in a minute.
Yeah.
Hi, this is Don Matteo, and then you are listening to the Orta Know Better podcast. Let's do this.
You look like fucking Brolin, you're a Leeds hating bastard.
Look like some sort of fucking weird floating head. No.
He's a utensil player a bit, innit?
I mean, I feel a bit right, dickhead.
Nothing spectacular, really.
Yeah, sorry about that, Smarty.
Enjoying that.
So yeah, as everyone knows, when I'm on and I'm hosting, or even if I'm not, I just like to start the stream when people are having a bit of a conversation before we start, and just see. One day we're going to catch ourselves out, and we're going to really. You're going to say something that's going to.
We nearly did once.
Get us cancelled, but hey, who's going to miss us? Who's going to miss us?
Exactly.
Speaking of missing, did anybody miss me over the last week? I know we haven't really done it, but
I didn't even notice you'd gone. To be fair,
Not a clue, mate. Didn't realise.
Makes it the background's a nice change to having to look at Jay and Gilly and Carl, though. I suppose mixes it up slightly.
Yeah.
James is good.
Have you seen his frigging ponytail yet?
I have seen his ponytail. I've not been gone that long.
He loves
I
it.
had seen it. Yeah, it's fucking awful, Jay. Let's be honest. Let's not be.
You love it, mate. You love it.
I give it a quick cheeky rub at weekend, expecting a genie to fly out of his arsehole or something. It didn't happen.
That's who he looks like, isn't he? The lad, the Will Smith in the Aladdin. But not blue, obviously.
Seen that one.
No, well, the Disney do all these.
Yeah. I know they did one. I've just never seen
remakes, the live action stuff. Well, Will Smith plays the genie in it, and he's got his hair like a knobhead. Anyway, we are here to talk about a bit about Leeds United and a bit about football. So we'll start with the B&C. I think I did want to. I know in my scripting or my ordering or the agenda that I sent, I know we start with something else, but I just want to talk a little bit about the old game at the weekend. So yeah, start us off, Jay. You what did you make of that performance?
Well, overall, it were good. It were a good performance. There were parts of it, obviously, where they sort of took control a little, but they were few and far between. It was one of those games, where you never really felt threatened by the opposition. I mean, we've had those before, and then we concede on 82 minutes or something, and all goes tits up. But it just didn't ever feel like we got out of second gear or that we needed to. The only things that I didn't really like in the game were some of the shit Melia were doing. The rollout to one of their players, the one where he gave it to Ampadu, I think it was, and they had a Hull player stood right on his shoulder. Every time he booted it long, it went to them, or it went out, or it went nowhere. It was a shit show distribution, and it's worrying that he doesn't seem to change. It doesn't seem to get any better. And some of the decision making to do that with Ampadu, with a player stood on him, is just bizarre. And it's like he struggles at times under pressure. He doesn't know what to do and flaps a bit, and it does worry me. But I mean, there are a lot of positives. Solomon looked fucking ace. Nonto were lively. Joseph got his first goal, and that were ace. That were a proper striker's goal as well, just from being in the right place at the right time. Just get a foot on it and it goes. You know what I mean? That's what we've all been crying out for a while, I think. So it was positive that, then, overall.
Just because you've touched upon it, I wanted to go into individual performances that a little bit later, but specifically the Mateo Joseph goal. Then it was almost premeditated, because that sort of movement isn't taught, is it? To run for front post when the ball's not even coming to the box. A lot of strikers will sit around in the box and wait for the ball to come, but he's gone front post before the ball's even left Solomon's foot. In fact, Solomon's almost had another player to beat before he got the ball in while
I remember
making that run. Smarty, just on those two players, and Solomon and Joseph, good link up, good start. Do you think it's a sign of good things to come for the rest of this season then?
I'd say so. I mean, he's even by his own admission said that he's not at his best yet, which is a good thing. Definitely. I think Solomon said yes. No, Solomon said that he's not at his best yet. Obviously, he's not played too much football over the last couple of years. But yeah, I think, and it's good to have competition for places as well. I mean, I think, Dan James, bless him, I think he offers a lot. He really does offer a lot, and I think he goes a lot largely uncredited for a lot of stuff that he does. But yeah, it's good to have some competition for places, and Ramazani as well. He looked spriteful when he came on. He looked really good. In fact, I was really impressed with all the new signings, to be honest. Obviously, we didn't see Schmidt, but yeah, I were really happy. I mean, it's easy to draw comparisons when you're 2-0 up. I mean, that Tanaka, he looked tidy and stuff like that, but he wasn't under really any pressure or anything like that. So we'll see with him. But yeah, Solomon right from the off, I thought he was fantastic, and Joseph is the number 9 that we've been crying out for so long for.
It's the proverbial. Sorry, it's the proverbial cold, wet night in Stoke, isn't it? When we'll see what these guys are really made of. But as you said, they look good, as you'd expect in a game like that.
It's ironic actually, because most people were not most people, but a lot of people were calling for Joseph to be dropped. But I was one for advocating actually he's not getting a lot of service. And
dropped for who though? For Pirro?
It'd have to be Pirro, because I think Paddy's injured again, isn't he? So for a change,
shock.
But yeah, I think for me it was a good performance. I did sort of hazily watch it from my sunbed on a laptop, so on the LUTV actually, because I wasn't in the country and you can get it abroad. So I did watch it, but it was on a laptop, and the sun was getting in my eyes, and I was getting splashed with water from the kids. Shit life and that. It was a crap week. I wish I was at the game. But yeah, it was really. I felt a really confident performance, and when you sort of compare that and contrast it with the performance against Hull last season, which we won very late on at home. We look at the fixtures this season. We got a point away at West Brom, which we didn't get last season. We had a confident win at home to Hull, which we didn't necessarily have last season. Was Dan James scored from the halfway line, didn't he, towards the end of the game to win it? I think we were winning by one, and then he scored again towards the end of the game.
He ran like bloody mad, like the wind carried him. And there were a big cry for a shoot because keeper was miles off his line and he smashed one, didn't he?
Yeah, it was nice. I watched something Joe did this morning where it was comparing to last season. I think he said something like every metric we were better than this point last season so far.
Yeah, and I think that's that. When you think of the players we've lost out of that team, and when we've replaced them we've replaced the majority now, I would say, and with comfortably with players of a decent enough caliber, I would say, to probably get us out of this league. But if you said to me we were going to have to replace Rutter, Somerville, Archie Gray, and Kamara, and still put out similar performance, this is what makes me think that actually Daniel Farke's system is better with players that fit his system than having a Somerville in there or a Rutter in there who just do their own things. Players who actually stick to the drill and the game plan and the script. Are we therefore going to see, as you said there, Jay, on all metrics, better output and better performances as a unit and as a team than actually if we have got somebody who can win us a game on their own in a Rutter or in a Somerville? What's your thoughts on that?
Maybe his tactics do work.
Yeah, maybe the tactics do work if they're stuck to. If you've got a Because I imagine Somerville and Rutter are very difficult to coach and say, right, well, I want to play this way. You know, they're flary, they're really good footballers, and they like to do things their way, and they're great to watch. But we look at who we've replaced them with. We replaced them with Aronson in at 10, and Solomon started on the left. Who obviously Solomon hasn't had much time with the team training and that. But do you think that's a fair shout?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. You've got players who, when they're really, really talented, and they know they are, you can only coach them to such a degree, can't you? You tell them what you want them to do. They're still going to do what they want at times because they're just that kind of expressive player. That's just who they are. You can't really stifle that, and if you do, you take away what makes them special.
Yeah, absolutely. And as a fan, that's the type of football you do want to see, and the type of footballers you do want to see. But you also want to see your team performing better, and ultimately, that's it's a points business, and you don't get promoted if you don't get the points, as we saw last season. So, would you sacrifice then, Smarty, seeing those bits of flair and those moments of absolute brilliance from your individuals for a more regimented style that actually works and we win more games and pick up more points?
Yes,
you would.
I think that was the only frustration with Jorginho specifically. It's nice to see him, meg nuts a mermaid, but at the end of the day, when you're meg nuts in a mermaid and then losing ball and then being straight under pressure is quite frustrating. And I think everyone could see that that were his biggest weakness. For someone to have a little bit more control. Now, I'm not saying that, obviously, I would never say that Aronson is an upgrade, but he's very, very tidy. And he looks after the ball quite well. Yeah, he's not as flary as whatever, but he's a nuisance. He's more of a nuisance, especially when he's defending as well. He's better than that than Jorginho was. I mean, it's early days, but I hark back to the start of last season when I said I would have liked to have seen Aronson, because I think he doesn't carry himself well. Obviously, from a strength wise. But from that tenacious, energetic sort of player that you want in the middle of the park, he's absolutely bags full of it. So yeah, I'm quite happy with the way that we are now. There were quite a few. I'm not throwing myself under that little light. By the way, there were a few people, we won't say any names, that were a bit, let's get the razor blades out and slash his wrists. It's all going to fucking shit. But I've said and you have, Luke, as well. We've said let's get it till end of window. Let's see who we bring in. Let's see who we replace these other players with. And I think we've done a really, really good job. I don't think we've massively improved the squad, but I think we're more rounded, like you said, and I think we'll be more efficient, and I think we'll get better results as a result of that.
I think we were left a player short still, but
yeah, we should have had a number 10. But do you want a flaring number 10, or is what we've got at the minute? With hindsight, will it do the job? And we'll give it till January. If it works, then fucking happy days. My only gripe is that Fark wanted a number 10 and he didn't get it.
Yeah. It's possible.
So that's the club not backing the frigging manager, really. At the end of the day,
is it if we've just said how different and what different positive and it is early days. Let's not get too carried away. Brendan Aronson's been pretty good in that 10 spot, and one thing that has improved is that initial press, because Jorginho just didn't want to defend. He didn't like doing it. He didn't like doing that press. And one thing that does is it makes them not be able to play out so easy. He like you said he was a nuisance, Smarty, and he is that. He doesn't win a lot of the balls. He doesn't win, but he's a nuisance. He's on your shoulder, and he's forcing defenders. He's forcing the field to make a pass.
He can get in front of players. He can block off runs and stuff. And that's the good thing about
Jorginho. Just didn't do. He just expected ball to feet and run with it, and he just sauntered around while he. And look, we've probably been a little bit unfair. He was thrown in at number 10. He never played there before, and we're asking him to do it in a promotion chasing side. On record money, so we're probably being a little bit unfair on Jorginho there. But that was one of my biggest bugbears with Jorginho was his defensive effort, and I think going back to the well-roundedness of the squad and specifically in that position in the number 10, you need somebody who can support your striker if the striker is pressing. Mateo Joseph does that. So Mateo Joseph starts that, and then Brendan follows that up as well. So it's like you say, it's sacrificing these these players. I say sacrificing. We got a fair wedge for them, and replacing them with. And if we feel as a team that I still think we need a number 10, somebody who could come on, almost stand still and just dictate the game. You know, a Buendia or a Pablo type player. But while we haven't got that, we make best of what we've got, don't we? And I certainly think from the performances and Jay, as you said, the metrics don't lie, that we do actually look a more balanced squad. We look, and I mean, forget the first 2 games where we conceded 6 at home. You know that
don't count cup.
Yeah, don't count cup. Yeah. We're still unbeaten in the league. And you know, 2 clean sheets on the trot. Things are starting to look relatively positive, I think. And I mean, I'm not going to get too excited just yet. And you mentioned there about Tanaka coming on, looked really, really tidy. You know, he was moving. He wanted the showing for the ball and that. So yeah,
someone looks like they're after a chat ban here. Look,
Bryn. I knew it.
You're getting bad, son.
God.
Yeah, Paul Brennan sums it up here for me. Well, it's debatable. Certainly debatable. It's been one of the best transfer windows for a long time. I'm glad Gilly's not on, for fuck's sake. But he'd be having your guts for garters with this one. But
he'll be on his hands. He'll be on his knees in his living room, going no, like that TV screen.
Like that actor guy who does all TikToks and just cries into things.
Yeah, tears and snot running down his face. Yeah,
but yeah, we didn't get number 10. But the added bonus was Willie signed a 4-year extension. Bodes well, and there's no release clause. We're set to believe in that as well. Bodes well. Big boost for promotion. Would you, Jay? Where do you stand on the actual window? Then obviously it's shut now. It's been shut for a few days. So, where are you rating that window? I mean, early days. You know, we've only seen glimpses of the new signings, and we know what we've lost. Where are you based on now?
I'm probably around a 6. I think they've brought in good players, and I'm happy with the quality of what they have brought in. I just wish there'd have been one more, and I wish we'd not lost as much as we had. The talent that we lost lowers the score a little for me. In terms of the business that the club did, I think probably a 7 for what they got in and what they did.
Just based on what we've seen so far, or
yeah.
Smarty, do you tend to agree, or do you a bit more Paul Brennan?
I think so. Do you know, at the end of the day, you already mentioned it, that the fact that we've got players who actually play in the positions now. You know, Jaden Bogle, for me, seems to look like he's getting better every week, and he's an actual right back. You know, Archie Gray wasn't. Granted, we had Connor Roberts and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, we had Archie Gray, who was a central midfielder playing at right back. You've got someone who is, that's his bread and butter, so to speak. So it is an improvement there, whether you want to admit it or not. Solomon, for me, is it's early days, but I believe that Solomon is an upgrade on Somerville. I think he's a better player, and I think we'll see that he's a better player this year. You can just tell. You can tell, but there's a reason he's playing at Tottenham, and he's not, playing for Leeds in Championship straight away. I mean, he is now, obviously, but there's a reason why he's been gracing the Premier League and stuff.
Do you think he's a better player now at this level, but you think Somerville's probably got a higher ceiling?
We'll see. Potentially, yeah. But I think you can look how Solomon plays. I mean, he can tuck in left, he can tuck in right. I mean, he had that poor frigging right back on toast. Somerville, especially in the latter stage of the year, didn't do that a lot. He's two moves really. The most played moves that he made was he'll cut inside on his right hand side and try and swing it in, or try and have a shot, or he'll lay it back round for Firpo once he's over, or knock it back to Ampadu. Those were his 3 moves really. Solomon looks like he's constantly looking to change direction, to find a path. I mean, just look for assist. He absolutely dusted that guy. He absolutely dusted him for pace, and he's quite aggressive as well. Somerville didn't seem to be that aggressive. As good as he was, I mean, see, I'm not trying to be biased, but with hindsight, he was a good player with Somerville. But when he left, I wasn't upset. The one that kind of hurt was Georgie. But I think we'll get plenty of the flair that seems to be missing from players like Solomon. He did some sort of fancy flicking middle at park in second half. They were just unreal. Like, what the hell?
Yeah,
and I think Ramazani will do the same sort of stuff. But I think they'll be, do we, like you said, do we want flair or do we just want efficiency? And I think 9 times out of 10 you'll choose efficiency over flair.
I just want to see those two absolutely terrorise defences. I just want to see that all season.
I think you will do. I do.
Yeah, I do. What Bryn said, just on the players that had gone out just before we move on, 3 players I mentioned was Archie, Somerville and Georgie. Bryn's saying that they needed another year at this level. They'd all had one good season. That's it now. They've had to step up several gears to top 10 Premier League size. Huge jump. And we saw that. You've seen the hate that Georgie was getting. Can we send him back and all this? He missed a guilt-edged chance, I think, with a head. I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
From what I was reading, he missed a bit of a sitter, which we
used to that.
The thing is, it was useless sometimes in some degrees. He was, but I think the biggest part of the reason why most were upset was because of the human element that he brought. Now, if you take that out and you just look at it, specifically on football terms, you're probably 50-50, or most might be 50-50 with Jorginho. Yes, he was good and he liked to fancy flick and this and the other, but he was quite ineffective in some games. He used to lose the ball a lot and stuff.
It cost us big.
Exactly. Whereas we had the human element of it to obviously bolter onto his to his performances as well, and we all loved him because he was just a nice lad. But that's just life. It's life. Footballers move on.
What did you make to him when they beat Scum, giving it the hey to the fans after his first game after playing 15 minutes or something? What do you make of all that?
I don't know. I've not seen that. I've not seen that.
Yeah, he went over to the Brighton crowd after the beat.
I didn't know that.
And went give it the hey.
Well, he will do, won't he? I mean, it's his new club. He'll be chuffing. It's what they do in it. Every player does. He's their marquee. He's their biggest signing. He's their marquee signing ever. 40 million quid. They want to get something out of him, and I'm sure they will do. I'm sure that their opinions of him will change. I think he's got a potential. He just needs to sort his shit out, but it needs to be coached. Jorginho needs to be coached. He wouldn't have been playing for Leeds and he wouldn't be playing for Brighton if he could finish that, lad.
No,
it'd be at fucking PSG or Real Madrid or one of them sort of teams. That's the sort of the when you look at his flair, and how he plays there, his strength and the way that he beats people is just unreal. But he might as well have a fucking baguette for a left foot or right foot because he's fucking useless in front of goal, really, isn't he? So. Yeah.
Bryn meant. I think he's probably right. There's a reason that Spurs wouldn't insert a buy clause in the Solomon deal. He's here just to get some fitness, have a good season, show what he's capable of, and he'll be starting for Spurs probably next season if he has a good year. Do you know what I mean?
Maybe so, yeah.
They clearly still see him as a potential top Premier League player.
How old is he? Is he early 20s? 23, 24?
23, 24, yeah.
I think he's 24, 25, isn't he?
Is it?
I don't know. Sure. I'll fact check for those lads.
He's at that kind of now or never point, isn't he? He needs to get his career back going now.
Yeah. We haven't really touched on it defensively. Another clean sheet. Rodon and the sexy pirate. Who's been?
He's 25.
Who's the best of you? Who's been the best of those two for you, Jay, so far this season?
I'd probably say Strike, just purely on the fact that Rodon had a couple of shockers in the first couple of games. By his own standards, at least. Stroy can't really put a foot wrong, has he, so far? And I didn't think he was going to look that good when he came back. I didn't think he still was up there. I was concerned that
he's going to be biting his teeth in it now. He's going to be absolutely fuming that would. Not only have we said we've had the best. Well, we haven't. Somebody said that we've had the best transfer window ever. We're now saying the sexy pirate is the best centre back in the Championship.
all we need someone to do now is say that the 49ers or Red Bull are going to be the best owners we'll ever have, and I think he might just frigging top himself.
That's it. He's had enough. He's quit the pod.
That'll be it. Well,
that's it. I've had enough of this life.
Cheers, lads. But the time has come. I agree. I think Strike's been absolutely class for us. Absolutely brilliant. Rodon's been better than he was in the first 2 games, but I still don't think he's been at the level that.
Bit harsh.
Yeah, I don't think he's been at the level that. Did he sign for Hull anyway? By the way, Liam Cooper. Did he?
No, it fell through.
Oh, did it? So he's still without a club.
They asked him to turn while a ship was doing the same thing in harbour and see which one won. And yeah, he lost.
Come on, have some
James.
respect. Have some
James.
respect. Have some respect. So yeah, I think defensively, Firpo's looked fucking immense, hasn't he, this season? In every part of his game, defensively.
What about that assist?
Forward. Just looks unbelievable. It looks like he's played for Barcelona before or something. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, he's got the most assists actually, hasn't he, so far in the league?
Yeah.
9, I think.
Huh?
Assists.
9 assists, yeah. No, in 2024.
In 2024,
yeah. I
yeah.
was going to say, not this season. Christ,
Yeah,
only fucking 4 games.
Yeah. I said it and I thought, is that right?
And then obviously right back Bogle, you've already mentioned him, Smarty, coming into his own, settled in quite quickly, looked a bit shaky early on.
Defensively looked a little bit frosty, yeah, but he seems to be getting better. He made some decent interceptions and some good tackles on the weekend. So yeah, he looks like he's getting better. And like I say, Firpo's just awesome. And it's only a couple of years ago I was calling him useless and saying I was better than him.
Hey, we all are.
Just goes to show, doesn't it?
I won.
I'm gonna have to go back and check.
Yeah, you can check.
Yeah, but to be fair, you spent the last couple of years saying everything about Leeds is great.
Bound to get one right, aren't it? It's like a broken clock, isn't it? If you just say everyone's good footballer, they're bound to be good at least
That's
once.
It. But you're a bit guy that we're always praising them.
Yeah, I think it's always nice to get one over on them as well because they hate us. I don't give a shit about Hull City, but they hate Leeds.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, they proper hate Leeds.
Well, 3 lads I'm going on holiday with next week are all from Hull. They're all Hull fans. It would
have you made sure that you've got your pods covered and that, or are you just going to wait until you're there? And
the Hull boys.
I'll just do it while I'm there, mate. I'll just be on beach. I'll be like, fuck it, let's go. Cavos, fucking ought to know better.
You're off to Cavos. How old are you?
42. I've never been.
Oh my god!
It's just for a laugh, mate. It's just for a laugh, isn't it? I'm just going to get pissed. And...
You're going to be like the Wayne Lineker of Cavos, aren't you?
Not quite. I'll leave that for folk like you with dodgy. You're
taking ponytail on tour.
That's why I had his ponytail put in. So he looks
taking ponytail on tour, aren't you, lad? Get your socks and sandals on. Have you got any? Have you got any like solid white t-shirts and some khaki bottoms? Some some cargo shorts or something like that with your socks and sandals. I kind of get that vibe from you.
No, none of that, man.
Board shorts. Board shorts kind of guy, aren't you?
No, okay.
He struggles to find shorts. He has to wear people. Yeah. He has to wear our boxer shorts.
I wear hot pants.
Shops at Gap.
Anyway, it'd be fine.
Anyway, we dive on. So right, I'm going to ask you a really, really quick question in relation to team output and performance. Early shouts. Who's going to be the most important players to us this season? Not player of the year. Who's going to be player of the year? Early
Solomon.
days. I know.
Solomon.
Really?
Or it could be Ramzani, but I said Solomon. I'll stick with it.
Go for it. Smarty.
Oh.
I think that's the easy choice, but
it could be Tanaka.
I'm going to say Ampadu still.
Oh yeah, again, another Ampadu.
Okay. Yeah, Ampadu's just class today. He's just class. He's just class. He's Ampadu. Quality.
I'm going to go all out and say Brendan Aronson.
Like it.
Fucking hell.
Like it. See, my Brendan Aronson hate ended after the Portsmouth game. Once I give him a good fucking booing from sidelines, I didn't actually give him a.
That's it.
I didn't actually give him. I wanted to, but I didn't. I thought against it. But yeah, I give him his dues, and he's pulling his socks up, and he's doing well, and I like what I see.
Yeah.
So
and you just know though, once he starts doing well, we're going to get all the USMNT fucking dickheads back.
Hopefully not. Hopefully not. Hopefully not.
Yeah, I think one of the things I just wanted to mention about the game at the weekend in terms of the new signings was Ramazani. Watching him on that right side come back and defend something that Nonton and Somerville didn't really like doing all that much. He was so eager, man, and yeah, really enjoyed watching him. Albeit it was a short cameo, and he obviously probably had still plenty of energy and stuff. But yeah, looks a player. I think
him and Bogle could absolutely terrorise that side between.
I think we've done some really good business, and just going back to what Paul Brennan said really earlier on. If you actually look at the players we've brought in Bogle, Rodon, we'd have been laughing. Bogle, Rodon, Ramazani, Solomon.
God. Some love for Bamford in the chat there, look.
Yeah, and we've still got Warber. Warber ain't gone anywhere, so he looks like he's staying, the big soft bastard.
Do you think he's fuming that he's still here?
No, I don't think. I think he's just got to knuckle down now. If he wants that move and doesn't want to be playing for Leeds United, he has to have a good season this year. And he's going to struggle to have a good season because at the moment he's backup.
It's got to be weird, doesn't it, to just come from Euros playing for your country, Austrian international, and you're just a backup in the Championship.
He's not even a backup left back anymore. We've got a backup left back in Schmidt, so he's a backup left centre back, and that is the only position he will be playing for us this season. So Pascal Struijk has to either have a fucking nightmare or get injured. Touch wood, he doesn't. But that's the only time he's going to get game time or cup games. So,
we will see him at some point.
Yeah.
You can guarantee. Yeah. Robert's after getting chat banned as well. Look, fucking hell, doing his best.
Robert Wetzel says, "I will wear my USMNT dickhead."
It's just a handful of you. That just like
nice. Yeah. It's all them pals that you chuffing had as mate friends with them fucking arseholes. What were they? 49 or whatever they were called. 29. 69.
36 stone.
I don't know, and his little racist mates. Yeah, them ones.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we don't want any more of that stuff. It's no good.
Oh, yeah.
Let's move on from that.
Yeah, let's move on. Smarty, I believe you've got a bit of an update for us on this.
Oh, you mean the wrong...
Orta no better predictions.
Yeah, I mean the wrong ones.
The one that's all to cock. Well, unfortunately, I don't give a fuck about this league. And I know that a lot of people in the chat don't either, so I'm not going to go on forever.
Smarty just...
It's just fucking... I'm not being funny. It was fun when there were 3 or 4 or 5 of us, but now he's invited everyone and their fucking dogs into frigging predictions league. It'll take you half an hour to get through the chuffing thing. Anyway, big movements. I'm just going to rattle... I'm not going to go through scores because he sent me a fucking copy of his spreadsheet for crying out loud.
Top 3.
Right, top 5. Just Joe on 13 points. Lockie on 9. Fans on 9. Not Another Leeds Podcast. Kev on 8. Luke is on 7, and there's a shitload of 5s and 6s, and that's it. Well done, everyone.
Very succinct, very concise.
Right, let's get a bit more serious. Obviously, the sad news this week of the passing of Sol Bamba. So yeah, I just want to take a minute just to remember. I know it was relatively short while I was here. Jay, I think you've got a little picture just to get up for him as well. Just a quick second.
I know.
Just say a couple of quick things on him. He brought a bit of, enjoyment to watching Leeds, I suppose, for us when there wasn't a lot to be enjoyed in the Chiellini times, and always play with his heart. The 6 note 6, he outed them, didn't he? And that. So yeah, I don't know if either of you two have got any other memories or words other than.
He'd be still playing for us if it weren't for the snake, frigging Gary Monk.
Yeah, basically. I loved him, mate. Like, it's thought he was great. Rock solid.
He was a good player. It were better. Well,
great. I don't think bang.
It were better for us when he were on loan, and then we signed him, and he came off the boil a little bit like Joe Rodon. But no, he were a quality player, and I was there for that Wolves game when he scored that absolute belter. I've seen quite a few belters at that end. It's Dakara as well. But yeah, what a great. He was a great defender. And he was an even better guy. Like at end of season awards and stuff, when you used to see him like singing match on together with fans and stuff, just a really nice bloke. And life's cruel. Life's really, really cruel. And it's a real, real shame.
Yeah, I've only fond memories of him, as I say, in a time when the football was shit. We didn't have a lot going on as a club. We were a mid-table. Mid-table. We were expected to be mid-table most of the time. Do you know what I mean? It was a
relegation fight most years.
We didn't have many heroes then, did we?
No, and he certainly was. Yeah, that comment you just flashed up. Yeah, Leeds and Cardiff at the Cardiff fixture are going to be holding some sort of joint tribute in memory of Sol Bamba, which is really, really nice as well. So, yeah, rest in peace, Sol Bamba. Thoughts to all your family and friends. Cool. Right, we shall move on ever so slightly. I think, what do we normally talk about now? I mean, I've been away. I don't really know. Is it usually a shit take? Or... You had a
freaking full list written out, and you've gone completely out to cock.
We normally discuss the issues of the day, don't we? At this point, what's going on?
We've done the predictions.
Let's have a chat about. Actually, I've got something to chat about. Let's talk about this Leicester bollocks.
Leicester. Oh, you mean the fact that they've got away with any more points deductions?
Yeah, and do you know how they've got away with it?
A strongly worded email?
Exactly that, pretty much. But it was Kieran Maguire tweeted earlier. There's a really sort of top level football lawyer called Nick DiMarco. I don't know if you've heard of him. I've not really heard of him until now. But
brother of Nick DePointing.
Beppe DiMarco's cousin from EastEnders.
I was going to say, is it EastEnders character?
But yeah, they've essentially they avoided relegation because we're not a member. If they had not been relegated, they would be subject to a points deduction. However, because they were not a member of the Premier League on the 30th of June 2023, they simply could not be charged. It's as simple as that.
Fair enough. Then.
Got off with it.
It's all bollocks in it. It's all gone to absolute shite now, isn't it?
When they come down, do they still get something? Because they violated it in both leagues, didn't they?
Well, they were only in the league for one season, and it's broken over 3 in it, so I can't see how they would have done it in the Championship.
Yeah, you're probably right then. Yeah, maybe.
But yeah, so Leicester. So when we were all rubbing his hands, but they're still probably going to go down anyway because they're absolute dog shit.
Yeah, they're crap. Fuck them. Feed them rice, Smarty. Yeah.
They'll end up frigging escaping relegation. Watch.
Oh yeah, good point. This Ryan makes a great point here. All this Leicester news tells me that we should have kept Archie and just gone up before sanction could have been applied by the EFL. So if we'd have gone up this year, we probably wouldn't have been able for sanction.
They'd have changed the rules in season.
I'm also seeing that actually we the PSR stuff. I was reading something earlier that actually we were in a lot more trouble than we were led to believe. Hence the sale, and we had to sell Archie simply for PSR. Whereas we all thought the money that had come in from Red Bull and selling Sinistera and Adams last season, we all felt that we were in a comfortable position. We even had Kieran Maguire on here tell us pretty much as that, you know. So
maybe somehow we got forced to pay the Augustin money and it wasn't put aside like we were told it was. Or something.
I'm sure it'll come
but even that were only like frigging. I think that were reduced slightly from the full amount.
Million.
I don't think it were even that. I think it might have been 13, 14, something. It's still a lump of money, but at the end of the day, you've got your frigging shithouse Roberts and shithouse Sinistera money. You've also got your parachute payments, and there's the most lucrative deal the EFL's ever seen with their own eyeballs. Yeah. And then they were selling all these players. And it's like, where is all that money going? Like really? Because that's a lot of money. And the fact that we offered them a chuffing Piro and a fucking ham sandwich for Hamer from Sheffield United. Apparently 13 million or whatever it was. You know, it's just like, come on, man.
If we show a profit because of it, does some of that money then get paid out as dividends to shareholders in the pot?
Well, no, because we'll have a shitload of money to pay out next season as well.
You'd think so, yeah. I just want to know where you saying where it's.
So they might be keeping some to the side, you know, just in case we shit out again and don't go up.
I'm hoping that the whole thing about keeping some money spare is either if we need it in January for a last push, or so that if we do go up, we've got room to spend properly. But my fear is that we're doing it on the cheap, so that we have this shot at promotion. If it don't work, fuck it, sell to Red Bull and off we go. That's my worry.
Do you think we've done it on the cheap?
Compared to what we brought in, yes. I think we've signed good players, but
if the rumours are right about the PSR and obviously the 170 million,
that's the unknown, isn't it?
Well, if it was 170 million before, we've actually spent how much this season? 40-ish. I haven't even done the sums. 10 on Rodon. How much was Bogle? 7?
5.5, wasn't it? 5.5.
God knows. What about Ramazani? Was he 10 or something as well? Around about 10 money.
Euros, 10 million euros, were it? Wasn't he about 8 or 9 million?
So let's call it 25 so far. 3 million for
Schmidt
Tanaka.
were 2.5.
So that's 30.
So look at just over 30 million.
Yeah, between 30 and 40 million. So
plus
we've only we've brought in 140. So actually, that 100 million, if rumours are right, could just be a dent in what actually we already owe out. So we're still actually probably 70 plus the 40 we spent in debt. Then, so we're still 110 million in debt. Is that doing it on the cheap, or is it doing it sensibly? I suppose you look at it in two ways, can't you? You can look at it on face value and say, well, we've only brought in a quarter. We've only spent 25% of the money we brought in, but actually, if there are underlying debts that the company, I say company because it is a company, but Leeds United have, then actually is it running the football club sensibly, or do we do a Peter Risdale and just spend what we bring in and just fucking, if we don't get promoted, we're truly fucked?
It won 30 odd million. The Court of Arbitration intervened and reduced it, not massively, but it won 30 million we had to pay out. I know that for a fact.
Okay. Well, to what you're saying, Luke, it's one of those time will tell things, I think.
Yeah, I completely
agree. It's really
agree.
hard for us to really judge right now, and we don't have the full picture. So,
yeah,
we can only go on face value and what we see and what we think. And
I reckon we should just spend like fuck and get deducted like half a point or whatever it is that they get fucking done these days, and just fucking crack on.
The thing is, though, the EFL would fuck us. It's happened twice before.
Don't matter if you're not in the EFL anymore. Well, see you later, shaggers.
Well,
that's all the best.
That's the risk in it. I think that not necessarily the 49ers, but the owners and the leadership group and Steinson and everybody who's been involved in bringing these players in have actually found bargains or tried to find somebody for, because we looked at Jamal, what's his name? Rowe, first name.
Jonathan Rowe. Jonathan Rowe.
He was 15, 16, they wanted 15, 16, 17 mil. I don't know what he went for in the end to was it Marseille? Not
probably
Marseille.
A lot less than I wanted off us. Seems to be usual.
But we actually brought Ramazan in instead of, and he was 6-7 million. So actually, we brought a player in that we feel is a similar caliber, but we've actually sold almost, So
and we had to look at Jack Clark, and we didn't bring him in. We brought.
I just think they've looked at options and just thought how we can do it a little bit more sensibly, how we can do it more financially, because the actual good money is spent outside of England. You pay a premium for players that have played in the Championship or played in the Premier League. It's naturally it just happens. You pay an extra few million quid for every single player that you buy.
Who was the Hungarian that we were in for?
Lubicic.
No,
Lubicic.
No, the Hungarian strike.
Salai.
Shalai, yeah, that's Shalai. He's only got. I reckon we might go in for him in January if we still need a number 10.
Possibly.
Because he's only got 1 year left on his contract with his club at the moment. Now, if you go in whatever January or whatever and slaps 5 million in front of him and say, "Listen, we'll take him off you," they're more likely to sell for 5 million when they know they're going to get absolutely fuck all. At the end of the season, he'll just walk away. So there's a chance of it, but then again, we might be absolutely home and dry. I don't mean home and dry in the league. I mean in that number 10 position, as in cover for the number 10 position. We might be all right by then, so we might not need to make any additions unless we get injuries. But each one of them, innit?
Never.
Yeah. How big is the squad now on paper? Because I know Billy tried telling me there was 12 or 13 first teamers before.
We've only got 5 players.
But I mean, Bryn and I think, was it Bryn and I actually proved it otherwise? No, it wasn't Bryn. It was Scoffer and I proved it otherwise. But anyway, I think we've got around about 22, 23 now official first teamers. That's without your Charlie Cruz and De Bios and players that actually are youth players. But as far as I'm concerned, I mean, we could be coming on here next week and having a completely different conversation if we get a couple of red cards and a couple of injuries. Do you know what I mean? And we haven't got a fucking right back to start and whatever else, and the world's going to end then again. But I'm quite comfortable with the squad we've got. I think we've almost got 2 full 11s that we could field now, and all playing in their natural positions, which is something that we've not had, certainly. The old square pegs in round holes has been something we've said at Leeds for a long, long time, and certainly under Bielsa when we were playing fucking Dan James as a number 9 and all sorts of different shite. So I'm quite comfortable with the squad we've got in terms of well-roundedness, or I don't know a better word for well-roundedness. Do you?
The shape of the squad. Let's say.
The shape of the squad. That's better. I'm fucking knackered, me, by the way.
You're doing a better job than I would have, mate. Hence why I had to get you to host it tonight, because my brain's not working.
Anything else to talk about? Any other business, just sort of footy stuff that's been going on? Anything related to Leeds that we can have a bit of a chat about? Oh, centenary stones.
Well, I was going to say there's shit take of the week to cover, centenary stones, and the rest is Burnley. The giveaway of your little hat there, and his man club stuff. But yeah, centenary stones getting replaced.
They're getting replaced finally. Finally, getting replaced. I got one.
Got one same time as you. I fucking sent you a thing. I went, "Hey, have you seen this?" I went, "Oh yes, and then you went and got yourself one and pod one."
It was Gilly, wasn't it?
Nope, it was me.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Centenary Stones. How do we feel? Obviously, they're in need of an update. I think they're only 5 years old. 2019, the centenary season, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't actually get laid in 1990.
Oh.
They got laid through.
No,
COVID.
it were over COVID.
But yeah, the centenary stone. So they're getting dug up and relayed. I'm hoping in the same place because it took me fucking ages to find it. And I asked the question today. Well, I can't see how they will do it because it'd be too difficult. But do you think you should be entitled to buy or pay for the postage or go and collect your own stone if you've actually bought the stone?
I reckon they should go, right, you've got a day's window on Sunday, something or other, to come and chisel your chuffing stone out at floor.
How do they
They'd have to. Well, who gives a fuck? Each one of them, innit? I mean, I'm not going to go down and say.
I'm going down with jackhammers and that outside.
Yeah, but you're not going to.
Video.
I'll be on eBay.
I suppose that the big stones, like dedicated to players and like occasions stuff, might get lifted. But I won't want to. I don't know, fucking all Leeds out with Malcolm fucking cross or something like. You know, I'm going to go down and chisel one of them out of the floor. You know, it's.
Yeah, we don't know what you've got down your Bryn. You keep that to yourself. But yeah, imagine just everyone like from that Benny Benassi video with all women in it. Have you seen it where they're all doing all figure work?
Oh yeah.
Construction workers. You don't remember it, Smart. You can't remember.
I don't think so. I'm trying to think of which one.
You did say, I think, Luke, that some will get moved. We're going to put some additional stones down for didn't they say for Bielsa and Don Levy and stuff?
For other people. I don't know if it was necessarily Bielsa, but they have said that some more remembrance and other things. But yeah, I'd like to have the stone. It'd look nice in the garden, wouldn't it, or something? Do you know what I mean? But I just can't see how they would, because they've got a contractor to come in and do it. They're just going to want.
They're just going to bulldoze it.
They're just
going to put a bulldozer straight through a lot of it into a thingy. See you later, son.
Ryan's asked how much to use Victor Orta as a jackhammer to get mine out. I'm pretty sure. He might be privy to that, actually. You know, I don't know. I mean, I know he's got a wife and that, but you never know. But yeah, I mean, I'd quite like mine, but I'm not going to be upset if they don't do it. You know, some people are going to say, "I've paid for it; it's mine. I own that piece of Ellen Road." That bit.
You will do. You get some right cabbages, some right Karens and Daves kicking off. Oh, that's mine, is that? And indeed, you're getting it frigging replaced because the other ones are shit. The ones in Bredner Square are decent. They're still all right. It's the newest ones are absolutely torrid. They're horrible.
Yeah, Ian Ward said it's Bielsa, Wilkinson, and Revy that are getting the. Well, I'm going to say memorial stones. Bielsa's not dead.
That's it. They're killing everyone off.
I just said that.
Cool. All right. Let's move on. Let's move on very, very quickly to my favourite part. Only because we get to hear Bren's voice, but here we go.
Hey, has got a shit tick this week, my little sparrow-fact.
News just in. Breaking news. Your mate, how's the bacon, did you say? He's just been appointed Blackpool manager.
Never.
How's the bacon, did you say? Yeah.
How was the break then, Steve? How was the bacon, did you say? That's class. Big bottle of water hung over his fucking.
How's the bacon, did you say? What a guy.
Imagine saying that in a press conference.
How's the bacon, Steve? Honestly mad.
It tickles me every time. I could just sit there and watch that on repeat all day, mate.
It's the bottle. It's the bottle, like you're saying. And he's like, how's the bacon, did you say?
Anyway. Shit takes this week. I think we only really had one, didn't we? Obviously, our bid went in for Hamer, and they said we were never going to get him. That we're trying to unsettle him. So the Blunts, Blades, publications, whoever decided to come up with this story, and I can't find it, Jay.
I'll bring it up.
Bear with.
I've had to go for the Graham Smith version of this rather than
the Graham Smith version of this, and it is here. Yeah, a sister paper, the Sheffield Star, reporting that Leeds United have offered Joel Pirro in a swap deal for Gustavo Hamer, which Leeds categorically deny. Meanwhile, a deal for blah, blah, blah. Anyway, that second part is irrelevant. So the first part, effectively, because we said we wanted Hamer, they said that we're trying to offer them Pirro a plus cash deal for Hamer. I couldn't help but think they would have, as much as we need a Hamer type player, that they would have had our pants down, because I think Pirro would strengthen them more than it would weaken us.
Yeah, but the point of that was that it never happened.
Yeah, no, I get it.
That's the crazy thing, and to me, it just stinks of Wilder putting something out there because he's disgruntled that we made a move, and he wants to try and unsettle our squad a bit because he's a dickhead and he hates us, and I can't wait to see us slap the ham-faced twat all over the place.
Do you think you'd take him in a fight, Jay?
Oh, fucking easily, mate. He won't stand a
tallest?
chance. Tear his little head off. I ain't got a clue. It won't matter. I can do a jumping up and cut.
I'd like to see the
tail at tape. Me versus Wilder.
Yeah.
Me stood in my fucking shorts with gut out.
Offer him out now on camera.
Wilder with his hand face.
Go on now.
Come on, Chris. Let's have it. Let's have some of that for charity. Let's have it. Give you some.
It's not wrestling though. It's actually real. You're not just going to be doing like fake wrestling.
It's all right, mate. I'll show me all. Like when fucking Apollo Creed's watching Rocky.
You'd be able to walk under rope to get into ring, wouldn't you?
It'd be great, mate. It'd be just in and out, job done.
Every flop over top rope. I think Wilder takes it on points. If I'm honest,
I'm not having it.
Well, there's only one way to find out.
Well, we have to wait and see if he accepts the challenge.
Yeah. Just one other thing I did want to mention. How shit are Luton?
Fucking hell, yeah.
Very.
I've forgotten about them, actually. That's how shit they are.
I expected them to be actually half decent, but I had a Luton fan mention to me when we were kicking off about having no signings and all, Archie and everybody had gone, and he said it's even worse down there. They've not signed anybody at all. Apart, I mean, I don't know that. He was like saying that they've sold a few and haven't reinvested anything. So I think they might have just been happy with their little 1 year cameo in the Premier League and the set their investors up for a few years. Then, but
they're going to do a Portsmouth and go right down.
Don't know. They're down there, aren't they? They're struggling.
They didn't deserve to go up anyway.
Wasn't the whole idea with them that they basically still had the majority of the side that went up and should have been able to hit the ground running and pick up where they left off, kind of thing?
Well, they did all right. When I watched them a few times in the Prem last season, and when they were playing the big sides and that, and they were up for it at Kenilworth Road, they looked all right. Do you know? I think there was it Newcastle or Liverpool? It ended up about 4-4 or 3-3 or something. Hey up, Jay the Ponytail versus Wilder Ham Sandwich.
Rumble in the lunchbox.
Rumble in the lunchbox.
They thought they'd have picked up where they left off in a way, but I think they're all traumatised and got PTSD from getting relegated. That and seeing the wages cut back to championship levels, they're all bloody shell shocked.
Interesting catch weight, that Jay. What are you weighing in at, Jay, these days? I bet you'd actually be a heavyweight, wouldn't you, at like 5'4"?
I would have thought so, yeah. I didn't fucking look, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I'd probably be in there with you, actually, after this holiday. Only 5 foot.
That's what holidays do, mate.
We're like frigging 2 bags of cement, you two.
You're about
2 really heavy bags of cement.
That's right.
Cool. So yeah, the only shit take of the week we really could think of. Has anybody else got any in the comments that they felt was an online shit take?
Someone's in the comments already nominated most of Gilly's, I think. I think they already preempted in the chat that it might be one of Gilly's tweets. Bless him.
Where? Oh yeah, Gilly. Just Gilly's shit take of the week.
I wasn't going to name any names. I wasn't going to throw Bryn under the bus, but whatever.
To be fair,
he deserves
I put a couple of Gilly's tweets in the chat, and I said this is shit take of the forever
of the year, of the season.
Shit take of the life.
Take your pick. Of life, yeah.
Luton released 14 players. They've signed.
Did they really?
Struggling.
Oh wow.
Really? They've not signed a single person. Wow.
Fuck.
They're probably fucked.
Yeah,
probably PSR knackered.
Our fans must be saying, "Where's the money then? Where's the money gone?"
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
One of my favourite memories of Luton is one of their young fans, giving Patrick Bamford the double wanker.
It's underrated.
The double wanker is a real. You piss someone off if you're getting a double wanker.
That's true. Yeah, that's
skiing. They're going skiing.
They're that angry they got to use both hands.
Yeah. Cool. Let's move on again, and we've got this this is the most important part of tonight.
Orta no better competition winner.
It's not even competition because all you had to do was retweet and follow us. It's that simple. And to do so, you may have had the opportunity to win this one. Not this one that's been on my head. I've got a freshie in a packet down there. And the winner, which was generated, I did it offline because I didn't know if it was going to work or not. I used some online fucking shit thing that it took me ages to use. But we did get a winner, and I've forgotten who it was. Just bear with. Bear with me.
I can tell you if you don't know.
I do know. I do know. There we go. It was Debs HLUFC. Debbington.
Debs.
You are the winner of a lovely On Your Head Bruv beanie.
On Your Head Bruv.
Modelled here by me and Smarty. Smarty had to get a treble XL.
Unfortunately, it's one size fits all.
Does it fit though? That's the question.
And it don't fit me.
Does it not? Honestly.
No, it does. But I just look a dick in these. Or like I'm going outside in rain.
I'm
gonna wear that to. I'm gonna wear that to go watch Oasis next year.
Oh, couldn't be arsed. I'd rather not go.
Lawn stuff your head.
You might as well waterproof it just in case you get covered in piss.
Oh, it will definitely. So Debington, well done. Do drop us a DM and I'll get that posted out to you. Oh, righto. Not long.
Fucking Arthur Bushby, the old slow sports news there.
Steve Bruce, Blackpool manager. Thanks
Cheers.
Thanks for that. No. Was the winner Smarty? That's how he got one.
That's right.
Where can you buy that? At On Your Head Bruv on Twitter. We've retweeted a couple of things. In fact, they're tagged into the giveaway tweet. So if you just scroll down on our Twitter, you'll see them. He makes them to order, so they can take a couple of weeks to get there, but they're well worth waiting for, I think.
Yeah, good quality stuff.
Yeah.
Are they decent?
Yeah, really good.
We don't offer cheap shit away on our competitions, James. How dare you?
What about, do you remember when we first...
It's good, thick stuff, this, you know.
You say that, Smart. Do you remember when we first started and we were trying to get the followers up and we were thinking of things to give away and... Listen,
I know what you're gonna say.
No, there's two. So the first one was a smartwatch from Carl, which he got off like Alibaba.
I think he'd found it. One of them shit ones you get in arcades or something.
He never even sent it out to the winner. And then secondly, Jay, come on, tell us what you were trying to give away once.
Was that when I was going to give away a flag or something?
We are Premier League flags out at first game of the season. We didn't bother because me and him laughed at you and said stop being such a tight bastard.
Is that what it was? I can't remember.
Yeah.
So
give one away as a prize. So I think I'd rather have a letter bomb than one of them through my fucking letterbox. Fuck's sake.
I'd rather next door posted the dog shit through my letterbox. Right, anyway, so yeah, we do get off sometimes, but not that often, as we could probably say.
Yes, it is. It is 100% con.
I've taken my tag off, so I couldn't tell you.
Anticipation. Is he looking? Can he see?
Well, you can even iron it. It doesn't say.
Doesn't say what it's made from.
You see, it's basically just a little ticket that says if you don't tell your mates to buy one of these, I'm going to come and put some dog shit for your letterbox.
And a Premier League flag.
Or a flag.
Wrapped up in a Premier League flag, yeah. On fire.
Right then, let's move on. Let's have a bit of a chat about Burnley. Coming up this weekend. Burnley.
How did they get on against Blackburn? Because that's their biggest rival. That's their biggst game of season, isn't it?
I love it, don't they?
Yeah,
it's mega. It's a good game usually to watch it. They usually get fired into each other.
1-1 that finished.
Not really. I had a look to see how Burnley are doing. They're a point behind us. Scored 10 though. Scored 10. They drew 1-1 with Burnley. With Blackburn. Blackburn had a man sent off. in the 57th minute, and they didn't equalise. Oh, sorry, they scored first, and then they just didn't score again. So, beaten by Wolves in the cup, beaten by Sunderland at Sunderland, hammered Cardiff 5-0, and hammered Luton 4-1 at the start of the season. So,
Cardiff looked dog shit though.
Yeah, they haven't won in 3, and they won the first 2 comfortably. So, lost a few of their good players, didn't they? Or Shea, was it? Not Shea. What's he called? The centre back? Or I can't remember. Anyway, they sold him to Ipswich, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Ipswich.
And yeah, they've lost a few players, so it could be. I don't know. I don't really know what to expect.
I don't think any team is going to walk this league.
I think we will.
I don't think we'll walk it. I think we'll be up there, but I don't think we'll walk it. No.
I think we will. I think we'll get in a bit of. I think we'll be that until we get some injuries and stuff. We're obviously going to have some dips.
We'll have the Christmas collapse. Then we'll have the Easter collapse. But hopefully, with us having a few points more at this stage of the season, it might be beneficial.
Scott Parker will shithouse it. Do you think? Right?
No.
Do you think we'll allow them to shithouse?
No Shea. Yeah, that's who
it was O'Shea, wasn't it?
Yeah. Sander Berge.
Sander Berger has gone as well.
Yeah.
I don't fear Burnley.
He went to Fulham.
Didn't he play for Sheffield United though before?
Oh, it might have done. Yeah, I don't know. They did get some good signs in though. They got Hannibal in.
Yeah.
Got Joe Worrell off Forest. Someone I never heard of, Esteve or something, centre back. Mike Trezor. Sammy Enter. They got Sammy Enter on loan.
So it could be. It's. Yeah, it was Sander Berger was at Sheffield United. I don't know where you've got that from.
No, he's gone to Fulham. It says.
Oh right, yeah. Well, that's irrelevant. They're playing Burnley.
Yeah, I'm saying about departures from Burnley, Luke. For fuck's sake,
he didn't leave Burnley.
That's what it says on fucking there on Transfermarkt.
Well, maybe he did. Maybe did he go from Sheffield United to Burnley then? Did Burnley sign him?
Must have done. It says top departures, Sander Berg.
I must have missed that
Can't
one.
speak.
I must have missed it. Anyway, how are we going to get on, Smarty?
I think we'll beat him. I think we'll beat him.
White Snake Whites from all the way down in New Zealand.
Yeah, we're just going to say make sure you do say New Zealand. He'll get really angry again if you're Australia. I watched one of his videos. I keep watching his videos. He does some good stuff. If you haven't checked out White Snake Bites, by the way, everyone go and check out his YouTube channel. He's good. Likes to rant like the rest of us. Burnley, I think we'll beat them, and I think we'll beat them relatively comfortably at home anyway. They've signed Jayden Anthony, who made a fantastic. I think he's a good player, and a really nice assist that he made at weekend as well. It was a really nicely taken cross. But yeah, I think on the ball, in them tight pockets and stuff, and the transition of play, I think we'll get the better of them. I think we'll beat them.
Am I right in thinking it's not this weekend? There's an international break.
International's this weekend, and then it's a 12:30 kick-off the weekend after.
Fucking hell, man! That international break is absolutely pointless. We've just played a Euros.
The first one always is.
And then we've played 4 league games. And
they shouldn't have it. Shouldn't have internationals. In fact, fuck internationals altogether into competitions for me.
I'm on holiday as well for this game. Fuck's sake!
It's not a friendly though. It's that shitty friggin' Nations League that no one gives the smallest of shites about.
Yeah, it's just it is a glorified friendly, isn't it?
I've had enough of international football, to be honest with you.
I have. It's shit. Actually, I'm quite looking to see how Carsley does. I'll be honest with you, because he plays some nice stuff for the 21.
That's a good point, actually. At least we don't have Southgate ball to watch. We might actually make it through a game without fucking falling asleep. Jesus Christ. Hellfire.
Yeah. Yeah, and if you haven't fallen asleep watching us tonight, then tune in and watch England.
Yes. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's probably pointless going into it too much because it's 10, 11 days away till we play Burnley, isn't it?
I'm about to say we'll be having another pod next week as well to cover it more.
Yeah, probably. We'll have another pod to go on to about that. But I mean, as long as we see similarities, I think, in what we've seen in the last couple of league games for me, or 3 league games in terms of defensive and lots of options. And I honestly don't see anybody in the league being as good as us if once we can get everybody up to speed. I just don't think anybody is on paper. Not even just on paper. I think we're I think
it'd be nice.
I think we'll win the league comfortably this year, and that's saying something. Yeah, I
think we'll be right up there. I think we'll be the team to beat. I think we will be the scalp.
Do you think this is going to finally be a season where we get promoted well before the end, and we don't have to stress, and it's just fun at the end?
No, because it's Leeds. And when you support Leeds, you do get stressed. That's why we're all going grey in his 30s.
At some point, there has to be a good season where we just have a good time and we don't have to worry.
We did under Bielsa, but unfortunately, some dickhead in China decided to lick a bat's arsehole and fucking shut the world down.
Has that ever been proven? What actually happened? Because that was the rumour, wasn't it?
Oh, it's a good job Carl in here. It's a good job Carl in here right now, innit? Because we'd all be fucking falling asleep.
The fucking bats, there's nothing to do with the bats.
There's nothing to do with the batch.
Be going off on one, then he'd start with his fucking chemtrails and shit.
Chemtrails.
We're putting his colanders on his heads. Fucking hell, well, bless him.
He's busy tonight, so he won't be watching because he decided to make plans, which is rude.
I know, how dare he?
Oh no, he said he was available tonight, so he should actually be here. Carl, where are you? But yeah, I think that there's not a lot of Leeds news really at the moment, is there? Now the transfer window's closed, we're playing relatively well. We've made the signings who look relatively handy. Are we over losing those three? I suppose we've got to be, haven't we?
Yeah.
I think we kind of have to be. It's done now. There's no going back.
Here's a question, Matt. Which one hurt most out of the three for you? Mine was Archie, by the way. And that's sentimental, but also because I think he'll go on to be... He'll be playing for England regularly when he's...
I'm same. They were actually highest ceiling for me. Sentimental as well as highest ceiling. Ruta next, and then Somerville.
Yeah, agreed. Even though Somerville was probably the better player last season. Do you know what I mean?
It were for me. It were an emotional attachment that I cared about losing most. And
I forgot about this one.
I don't think I cared about it as much because I expected to lose Archie and I expected to lose Nonto and I expected to see Somerville go as well. I think Jorginho was the shock. The fact that we're like, holy shit, someone's actually paid his release clause and he's gone.
Yeah.
Fuck. And then obviously, like we've already alluded to, that the human element of him, his character and stuff like that. He's a big personality, and that were part of it. That's why we loved him as much as we did. Obviously, there's a flair business, but now that I've seen that, we're actually okay. We've got some good players in. We're playing really well football. We're playing really well football. My England is broken. We're playing really well. So yeah, I mean, it is what it is. But as soon as any player leaves fucking Leeds, it's like, hey, see you later. See you in a bit.
Fuck
see you back.
Unfollow. Off you go. Do you think? I mean, why did they pay 40 million for Ruta, a player who wasn't really Premier League ready yet? And it's a lot of money. Do you think they were just desperate for a big signing so they could say to the fans, "Look what we've done"? Or do you think they really, really wanted him that much?
I don't think Bowley gets not Bowley. What's his
name?
Tony Bloom.
Tony Ebola.
Tony Bloom. He don't get a lot wrong in terms of signings. They tend to sign players for very unknown players for very little and make a lot of money on them. So 40 million for him is a lot of money. And 42.5 million it was actually. And we signed him for about 28 without the add-ons, I think. So we made about 14 million quid on him. So when you look at it like that, I mean, if somebody had told you this time last season somebody was going to offer you 42.5 million for Rutter, you'd have snapped their hand off, wouldn't you?
Of course you would, yeah. Of course you would.
Well, I think the jury's out on him. I'm sure he will, as you said earlier, Smarty, that they've seen the worst of him, but he has got a lot of good. So when they see that, they'll probably be creaming again and saying he's probably worth double that. So jury's out. One thing we have missed is that we've signed that young Nigerian lad, Ngenge. Have you seen that? The Is he about 15, 16?
I didn't even know about this.
Yeah, so he signed a pre-contract to join us the other day. I think it might have even been yesterday. I can't remember.
I've completely missed this.
Yeah, I don't think he's allowed. He wasn't allowed to sign because he was 16 or something like that. I don't know. I can't remember exactly. Ngenge. There we go. 2 years is certainly on time football. Left back. He's a left back as well. So pre-contract's been signed.
Who the fuck? Where's Brink getting all? I mean, he's doing my head in tonight with all his little news. He's like a little plastic chair, isn't he? He did come on here. He shits himself. I said, "Why don't you come on, and Brandon?" Oh no, you don't want me on there. I'll get you cancelled. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna say much more or anything worse than what we say on here. So I think he's just been anyway. Big shithouse from Wakefield. Let's get him on.
He says Gilly would have tossed you off, Luke. That'd get us cancelled.
What for? What would he toss me off for?
I'm not sure. Just for fun.
Because you're a nice lad. And that's just what he likes to do.
He's in Maidstone, you prick. Anyway, so Leeds have signed a Nigerian wonder kid, by the way. I've named it Ngenge, left back.
Cool.
So yeah, looks.
And Genghis Khan.
It's something we've not done much of recently as well, isn't it? Side youth players. So I don't remember.
Yeah.
We've not signed many youth players.
That used to be all.
Well, Somerville, Nonto, Joseph, Sonny Perkins,
Little Ian.
We went through a phase where we just signed loads of potential wonder kids. It was like Football Manager, wasn't it? And we just thought,
like, if one of them comes good, we've had some money.
One of them comes good, we'll have made a few quid. But hey, we'll see. Apparently this Nigerian lad's come through via Red Bull scouting system. So
Gilly won't be having that then.
Hey,
he already hates him.
Yeah. So we'll see. So what do we? Somebody asked. In fact, I've got a few starred question mark starred comments, and I'm just going to go through them. Simple question: where do you think Hull will finish the season? Mid-table.
Yeah,
at best.
8th or 9th.
That's not mid-table.
Well, I'm saying 8th or 9th. It kind of is. It's in that middle window.
Yeah. First or second.
If everyone is fit, where do they all play?
In their preferred positions.
In their positions.
Yeah, we've got players that play in the positions now, which is also top bananas question. Who do you think is the best 11? Let's do this really, really quickly at the moment. If everyone is fit, we've got a Melee in net, obviously.
Sadly,
Bogle and Firpo.
Yeah. Strike and Rodon.
Strike and Rodon pick themselves. Ampadu and Tanaka, I would say probably because Tanaka.
I'm saying no because you can't base Tanaka on a small performance of 5-10 minutes, including stoppage time, when we're 2-0 up. It's too early to fucking start. I'm not sucking off fucking Tanaka yet. Oh, he's fantastic. You know, Gruev. I'm saying he was tidy. I said he was tidy, but I also did caveat that with he were only on there for 5-10 minutes whilst we were 2-0 up and Hull weren't getting a sniff.
You're outvoted anyway, so keep it to yourself. Me and Jay.
Gruev, fucking put some respect on his name, you bastards.
Left wing Solomon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right wing James or Nonto.
What about Ramzani though?
Dan fucking James.
So you're dropping Nonto.
I'd probably put Nonto at the head and drop Aronson.
That's a fair point.
I'm starting Nonto on the right.
Nonto ain't good enough to nudge Solomon out of the way. Fuck him. Dan James is right wing all day long.
I got a minute. You've just based it Tanaka. So you've just kicked off that we're putting Tanaka in, and you're saying Solomon's out Billy Nonto.
What I'm saying is that I've seen Solomon for at least 80 minutes, 75, 80 minutes. But I would definitely. I would put my house on it that he's one of the players at season, Solomon.
Do you think Ramzani's going to be impact sub for a while?
Possibly. You don't know, do you? Because injuries will have a lot to play in it and stuff. It's too hard to say in it, but I think to get us cocks out and start fucking getting all jiggy with it over Tanaka's a little bit premature.
Yeah. You think Farker sees our left wingers as Solomon and Nonto and right wingers as Radrazani? Ramazani and Dan James. Is that how he sees it? Do you think?
I don't know.
at face value.
Possibly so.
And then we've got.
I'd like Nonto at 10, me, but I don't think it.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing that. But when it was, in fact, when we played, who did we play before Hull? Chef Wednesday. When we played against Wednesday, he started on the left, but he came inside a lot. And
he did.
He really troubled them. So then we see, and then Aaron, who's your starting 10? Aronson.
Yeah. Well, as I said, I'd like Nonto there, but I think it'll probably be Aronson. Yeah.
Aronson, and then Joseph up front. So who are we starting at right wing? Are we saying Dan James over Nonto?
It won't be Nonto until Dan James gets his place back now. That's how it's going to work, innit? That's how we'll see. Yeah, it won't be Nonto until Dan James comes back.
I think the question was, who do you think is the best 11 if they're fit? If everyone's fit after that transfer?
I think we're close there. I think the only sort of question marks really are over that right wing and who's at 10. Everything else basically picks itself at the moment.
Can you imagine having any of them really? All four wingers. Say Solomon starts, or Dan James starts, or whatever, and then all of a sudden Nonto comes on for Solomon, and frigging Dan James comes on for Ramazani, or vice versa. It's like, can you imagine being a left back or right back? You'd be thinking, "Fuck me."
That's what I mean. We have to absolutely.
I am definitely earning my brass this week because these are absolutely ripping the arse out of me.
We have to batter fullbacks this season. We have to.
That's scary.
Yeah. Anyway, that's that. We've done that team to bits. We've swapped players. Going back to ins and outs. WF1 or IA08, as said, we've swapped players with variable output and high ceilings for players with consistent output, but lower ceilings. Good point. So we've got players probably who are better now, but actually their ceilings won't be as high as the potential as the players that we've lost because of their age and what they've done. But their potential is unknown as well because they've had one, as Bryn said earlier on in the comments, they've had one outstanding season. Actually, great was his first season. It's his breakout season. Same with the other two. To be fair, with both Georgie and Somerville. So
a lot of people have said that George, whether it's bias or not, a lot of people have written off Georgie already in Premier League, saying that he's not good enough, etc. And I don't think they'd be far away from Mark. Really, there's no way I don't think so. But time will tell. Like I say,
it took him a few months to be getting.
Might be unfair, but there's a reason why no Premier League. Well, I suppose we were Premier League. But I can't really even use that as an excuse because we were in Premier League when we bought him. So.
But he's got the additional pressure now of being a Premier League side's marking signing. He's got to perform.
Well, it was a Premier League marking.
It was ours. It was ours,
and it didn't work out for him initially.
But we don't forget we paid that in January when we really needed a striker. We played.
And good old Sam, Big Sam didn't want to use him either, and he's obviously one of the best managers the country's ever seen.
In hindsight, now to say that he's fucking left anyway, we should have bought someone else.
We always said it would a player that we never needed in the first place.
He was.
We should never have bought him.
You're a luxury that we didn't need.
Anyway, Thomas Kilmer says, "I think Aronson helps the press." I mentioned that earlier. It just helps them more defensively and as a defensive unit when we haven't got the ball out of possession. So, right, that's the comments for this week. Smarty, do you have any AMC stuff, or does any of you? Because I don't.
I've actually got the message open from Lee.
Perfect.
Go on then, Jay. Go on, Jay.
I will read it out for you. So Andy's Man Club. As you know, we always we give him a shout out on here because we think it's a good cause. And it's pretty important that people feel able to talk. And what we've got from these guys this week is running club with recovery runners. Wednesday evening, meet at 5:45 for 6 p.m. start. Meet at 5 Ways at the Recovery Academy, Westfield Road, Morehouse. Then there's a pool night on Friday the 20th of September, 6:30 till 8:30 at Northern Snooker Centre on Kirkstall Road. Tables 17 and 18 upstairs. And they have a walk on the 15th of September. Not sure why he's given me them in that date order, but there you go. I'll be walking 7 miles in honour of our great number 7, Rob Burrow, around Roundy and Moortown in the shape of a rhino. Be meeting at Roundy Park Gates on Princess Avenue at 10:30 a.m. for an 11 a.m. start. Please feel free to join us in celebration of a hero. And there is a shorter walk and talk for those that don't fancy 7 miles, also on Sunday the 15th. Roundy Park, 11 a.m. with mental health mates and recovery runners. Meet at the Mansion House in the car park.
Perfecto. Well done, Jay. I'm really, really proud of you.
Yeah, well done, James.
Try my best.
If you were here, I'd give you a little pat on the ponytail.
You'd pull my hair, mate, and then try to kiss me. I know what you like.
Somebody's just said random, but how's Rodrigo getting on these days? And that question has been answered with 34 goals last season. Where's he? Wow. Where's he playing in the Sri Lankan?
He's in Saudi, isn't he?
Vietnamese second division.
Is he in Saudi, or is he? It might even be in like somewhere like Shuffing. No.
Have a look.
He might even be like India or somewhere. I'm not sure. He's definitely over there.
Somewhere
over there somewhere.
Over there somewhere.
Qatar is in Qatar.
Qatar.
Oh, okay. Sets me straight then. Thought it was Saudi.
Oh, there he is. Bryn Johnson with fucking answers as per usual. I'm sure he's got Google on one hand and frigging phone on the other.
He's got Football Trivial Pursuit out with all cards laid out in front of him.
Wicked.
He is good for the football quiz.
He is. Any more for any more? Any more?
Nope. I think we've rambled on enough.
We have. I can't think of what else to fucking say.
I think 34 goals might be a bit of a reach. Apparently, it's only 7. Never mind.
Who do we believe? Arthur Bushby or Wifia 08?
Who knows?
We'll not find out anyway tonight. Because we are going. Congratulations again to Debbington, 34 on his football manager save. Congratulations to Debbington on winning that. Congratulations to the shit take of the week, the Sheffield Star. Thank you ever so much, you two, for joining me. And we will have a Brady and Cook this week. We'll have another full pod next Tuesday, around about the same time. Enjoy your holiday, Jay. Everyone's saying.
I'll try my best. Thank you.
Yeah, and we'll end the show with this little one. Glad we didn't buy a chair. It didn't sit right with me.
Babum tuss.
Adieu.